Hello friends, welcome to AffairsCloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu and today we will discuss very important current affairs of 22nd of June 2021. You can see two best images of the day, but today we will discuss very important and the most important current affairs. So watch this video till last. I am requesting you all the students that you can download our application that named as AffairsCloud, and the link of this application is given in the description box. You can log in with your email ID, and after login you can click on this crack current affairs section if you want to subscribe for 1 year as well as for 2-year validity. And guys, remember, we are covering 90 to 95% of that current affairs which are coming in your exam, especially every type of exam. And guys, the price of this subscription is very much low. If you see the price, you will definitely surprise. So how we are providing these type of the current affairs? We are providing daily sections and you will receive three type of things. One is detailed current affair, second is the question and answer format of current affair, and third is the quiz section which you can attempt on our application on daily basis. Next is the weekly section. Again, in the weekly you will receive three type of things. One is detailed current affair, second is the question and answer format of current affair, and third is the quiz section which you can attempt on our application on weekly basis. Most important section is the monthly, because we are providing four type of PDFs. One is the detailed current affair, second question and answer format of the current affairs of particular month, best 100 current affairs will be provided to you in the form of question and answer, and last is the pocket PDF. It means the 2-liner and the 3-liners current affair will be provided to you so that you can revise the current affair in quick format. But guys, to enhance your performance, we are also providing some, you can say, the smart PDFs known as the topic wise PDF, or we are providing 20 most important topics which are most important for every type of exam. If you want to revise all the current affairs related to just single topic, then you have to pick this topic PDF. If you are a banking aspirant, then we are providing again three things. One is the content, it means detailed current affair, and the question and answer format only related to banking and economy, and third is the quiz section which you can attempt on our application on monthly basis. If you want to revise all the past current affair of 2021, like 5 and 5.5 month current affair just from single PDF, then you can revise from the exam PDF. We are also providing budget and economic survey. It consists of detailed budget and economic survey, but we are also providing expected question and answer which examiner can ask from the budget and economic survey. We are also providing state current affair to enhance your state performance. If you are appearing for your state exam, then you can cover all your state current affair from this section. And guys, we are covering every state and union territory. So this is a very genuine thing which we are providing. So guys, all these things comes under just one subscription. There is no different subscription. You have to just download our application. You have to click on this login with Google, and you can log in with your email ID, and you have to click on this crack current affair section, and after that you can subscribe for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low. If you see, you will definitely surprise, and on that minimal price we are providing 10% extra discount if you use this code ASH10. If you have any query, you can email us on this number, you can contact us on this number. So let's begin today's session, 22nd of June 2021. But I am again requesting you all the students that you have to like this video, share this video as maximum as possible, and you can subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform. And guys, you can join our Telegram group for official notifications. So let's begin today's session with the most important questions. And here is the first question. Who was awarded with the Central European University highest award, which is known as Open Society Prize 2021? So guys, you have to remember the most important keyword under this question. This is Open Society Prize 2021, and it is given by Central European Universities Organization. And this organization is basically established in 1991, and it is the highest civilian recognition by Central European University. It is awarded annually to an outstanding individual or the organization which contributed to the creation of an open society. So you can remember. And the Open Society Prize 2021 goes to K.K. Shalja, very well-renowned teacher and former health minister of Kerala, was awarded with the Central European University highest award, which is known as Open Society Prize of 2021, for her commitment to public health services. And you can see here the picture of K.K. Shalja honored with Central European University Open Society Prize. So she was also the former health minister of Kerala. You can also remember she was recognized especially for her determined leadership and community-based public health work, saving lives during COVID-19. And what about the Central European University Award? It is the highest civilian recognition award which was presented by this organization to an outstanding individual and organization achievements that have contributed to the creation of an open society. And this award was instituted first time in 1994. So you can also remember remember. She was honored by the United Nations in June 2020 and was invited to speak on the United Nations Public Service Day, which was arranged by the World Health Organization to honor public servants who have been working on the front lines under the COVID-19. She was the only speaker from India and she spoke on COVID-19 management strategies in Kerala. So this is very important. You have to remember she was also the former health minister of Kerala. So you can remember these things. These are very, very important. But guys, here you can see the three options. These are very, very important options. Like you can see here, the first is Romana Sehgal. Romana Sehgal recently won Nelson Mandela Award. Remember, Nelson Mandela World Humanitarian Award of 2021. Professor Suman Chakravarti, he recently won 30th GD Birla Award. GD Birla Award for you can say the scientific research. Dr. Tahira Kutubuddin, we already covered this question like in month of May. First Indian to win 15th Sheikh Zayed Book Prize. I am writing here 15th Sheikh Zayed. You have to remember the keywords. Sheikh Zayed Book Award, and she is the first Indian to win this award. So all the options are very, very important. Now we can move to the next question. Who received NSG Counter-IED and Counter-Terrorism Innovator Award 2021? So you have to remember the keyword. Counter-Terrorism Innovator Award 2021 goes to which person? It goes to Professor Shailesh Gunpal. So you can remember, I think my pronunciation can be wrong with the gotra of this person, Professor Shailesh Gunpal or Gunpole. And he belongs to, you can say, the IIT Roorkee, and he belongs to the Mechanical and Industrial Engineering Department of IIT Roorkee and was conferred with the National Security Guard. NSG stands for National Security Guard. Counter-IED stands for Improvised Explosive Device, and Counter-Terrorism Innovator Award of 2021. And he was awarded at the National Security Guard campus in Haryana, and he was awarded for designing a blast resilient helmet for the military personnel. You can see here, this is basically the original helmet which was capable of any type of the blast, and it was designed by Professor Shailesh Gunpal. So you can remember, and the helmet is designed specially to protect military personnel from head injuries used by IED induced blast wave, or you can say the improvised explosive device induced blast waves. So you can just remember, this is very simple question. Just cover this question from the slide, but the other options are again very, very important here. Other options you can see here. The first option is Vishwajit Chatterjee. He recently won Indian Personality of the Award, Indian Personality of the Year Award at IFFI. And IFFI means International Film Festival of India. And this veteran actor, won the Indian Personality of the Year Award. Dr. Raghu Ram Pillari Sethi, remember, Most Excellent Order of the British Empire in Queen Elizabeth II's 2021 New Year's Honour List. He placed under the New Year's Honours List by the Queen Elizabeth II. Next is Nikhil Shrivastava. He recently won 2021 Michelle and Sheila Held Prize. Michelle and Sheila Held Prize. So you can remember, all the awards are again very, very important. Now we are moving to the next question. Who won 2021 French Grand Prix? And guys, this question is again very, very important. We are covering this in the most important section, because the predicted answer, Lewis Hamilton, is not the right answer. So C is not the right answer. Lewis Hamilton was on the second position under the French Grand Prix. Answer of this question is Max Verstappen. And Max Verstappen belongs to which country? He belongs to Netherlands. And Lewis Hamilton was on the second position, and Lewis Hamilton belongs to Britain. Sergio Perez was on the third position, and Sergio Perez belongs to Mexico, and he recently won the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So you can see here, Max Verstappen wins French Grand Prix, and you can also see all the list of the Grand Prixes which was held in 2021. Like first was the Bahrain, won by Lewis Hamilton. Emilia Romagna in Italy, also won by the Max Verstappen. Portugal Grand Prix won by the Lewis Hamilton. Spain won by the Lewis Hamilton. Monaco won by the Max Verstappen. Azerbaijan, Sergio Perez. France won by the Max Verstappen. So you can see here, if we are changing the color here, like one race, second, third, three races are won by Lewis Hamilton. Like one, and you can see here 2 and 3 races are won by Max Verstappen, and one race won by the Sergio Perez. So you have to eliminate the options by the you can say the name of the races. Especially you have to remember Azerbaijan, because the only race won by the Sergio Perez, otherwise till date no race won by the Sergio Perez belongs to Mexico. Now we can move to the next question. Who will become the president of Iran? So it is the most important question because we are talking about Iran. If we are talking about Iran or Israel, then this is the most important question. And who will become the president of Iran? The former was Hassan Rouhani. You can see here the picture of Ibrahim Raisi. So he will become the new president of Iran. And guy, he is currently serving as a Chief Justice of the Iran. This is a very new thing that a incumbent Chief Justice become the president of the country. So he's also serving as the Chief Justice of Iran. He has also served in the several positions in Iran judicial system, like you can say Deputy Chief Justice, Attorney General, and the Prosecutor General of Iran. He was one of the 4 people in the prosecution committee, popularly known as the Death Committee, which was responsible for the execution of thousands of the political prisoners in Iran in 1988. And he will be the first serving Iranian president sanctioned by the US government even before entering the office. So you have to remember the name is most important, Ibrahim Raisi, and the former president of Iran was Hassan Rouhani. But these two names are again very, very important. Isaac Herzog, he was recently appointed as president of Israel, guys. Remember, president of Israel. And the new prime minister of Israel, because Benjamin Netanyahu lost the election, so that's why Naftali Bennett won the prime minister elections, and he became the prime minister of Israel. So guys, again you have to remember the president of Iran, you have to remember the president of Israel, and prime minister of Israel. That's why this question is the most important question. And Iran's capital is Tehran, and currency is Rial. Currency is Rial. So these are the most important things we covered. Now we are moving to the very important question section, guys. You have to like this video, you have to share this video, and you have to subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform. You can join our Telegram group from the description box link. And here is the first question in the very important section. Who was named as the member of a high-level advisory group? We recently, like 2 or 3 days back, we discussed this question that high-level advisory group will be formed by the World Bank and IMF, and it is on the sustainable and inclusive recovery and growth after COVID-19 or during COVID-19. It is formed by World Bank and IMF. So who was named as a member from Indian side in the high-level advisory group, which was formed by World Bank and IMF for the inclusive recovery, sustainable recovery and growth? And answer of this question are former Deputy Chairman of Planning Commission Montague Singh Ahluwalia. But in 2015, you know, on the 1st of Jan 2015, this Planning Commission was abolished. So that's why we are basically providing him opportunity to become a member of this World Bank and IMF advisory group. So Montague Singh Ahluwalia, he was the former Deputy Chairman of Planning Commission. So you can see here Montague Singh Ahluwalia. I think many students know about this personality. Former Planning Commission Deputy Chairman Montague Singh Ahluwalia, named member of World Bank and IMF led high-level advisory group. So you can also see here it is to overcome COVID-19 and climate change, and the World Bank Group and IMF launched this high-level advisory group on sustainable and inclusive recovery and growth, and it was formed on the 15th of June 2021, and it is to help secure a strong recovery and set a path for green, resilient and inclusive development over the coming time period. And it is composed of experts from research institutions all over world, the private sector all over world, governments and the senior staff of the World Bank Group and the International Monetary Fund. And this high-level advisory group will propose ideas and frameworks for the strategic and practical national and the global action. It intends to make proposal in the 2 phases, with focusing on deepening the analysis and the formulation of actions for sustained transformation in especially the 2022. So you have to remember this, that who become the member from the Indian side in this high-level advisory group, which is created by the IMF and World Bank. So here are the 2 organizations which are very, very important. One is, you can see here, the World Bank. World Bank and IMF both established simultaneously, and both the organization known as Bretton Woods twins, because both are established in 1944. Headquarters is same, that is Washington DC, but the member countries are now different. World Bank member countries are 189, IMF member countries are 190. Recently Andorra was added. And who is currently the president of World Bank? David R. Malpass. He is the 13th president of this organization, and International Monetary Fund managing director is Kristalina Georgieva. So you can remember these things because these are very, very important. So now we can move to the next question. Next question is, but here are the options. Yes, options are left. Arun Kumar Singh, you can see here, these options are very, very important. You have to remember the positions for which these persons are placed. Arun Kumar Singh was recently appointed as Chairman and Managing Director of Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited. Rajesh Bansal, very important, especially for the SBI students who are appearing in the JA exam. He was recently appointed as CEO of Reserve Bank Innovation Hub. Nilesh Shah, he was recently appointed as the head of the committee constituted by the International Financial Service Center Authority or IFSCA to suggest a roadmap to promote investment fund in the International Financial Service Center. So you have to remember the Nilesh Shah name. Now we can move to next question. India became the largest recipient of the FDI inflows according to the World Investment Report 2021. We are talking about the inflows, not the outflows. So India's outflow is very much less, but in the inflows, India became the 5th largest recipient of the FDI according to the World Investment Report of 2021. And guys, you can also remember the figure here that India's FDI inflow has increased to 64 billion USD. 64 billion USD. That is the total FDI inflow of India. In 2019, it was 51 billion USD. It means almost increased by 37%. And this inflow is increased due to the information and communication technology industry, which was increased rapidly. And India was ranked 8th in the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development 2020's report based on the FDI inflow. But this is the World Investment Report of 2021. But if we are talking about the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development report, then India's rank is on the 8th position. So you can see here, India received 64 billion. You have to remember this figure. FDI in 2020 and 5th largest recipient of the inflow in the world according to the United Nations report of World Investment Report 2021. So you can see here, India received foreign direct investment inflow worth rupees 64 billion in 2020, 156 billion. This is the total, you can say, United States of America FDI inflow, because it is the top destination of the FDI. And global FDI inflow declined to USD 1 trillion in 2020. It is 35% decline. It is because of the COVID-19. And India was ranked 8th in the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development 2020 report based on the FDI inflows. So these are the important statistics you have to remember. And guys, the top rank goes to United States of America. Even you can see this chart. FDI inflow in 2020. India's rank is on the 5th position. India's total FDI inflow is 64 billion. Top rank goes to United States of America. That is 156 billion. Almost you can say 2.5 times. And outflow, FDI outflow, India's rank is 18th. That is way back. And 12 billion is the FDI outflow of India. It is very much reduced due to COVID-19. And the top FDI outflow from China, it is 133 billion. That is a huge. And China rank is on the 1st. So you have to remember, because it is the most important report which is released by United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, which is known as World Investment Report. And guys, you can also remember the headquarter of United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. The headquarter is in Geneva, Switzerland. Remember this. Now we can move to the next question. 5th edition of Viva Technology 2021 hosted by which country? So it is the very important question, because from Indian side, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji represented India in the Viva Technology 2021 and he addressed this session. And answer of this question is France, and it is held in Paris. So guys, remember, Paris is the answer. Exact place is Paris. Now you can see here, Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually addressed 5th edition of the Viva Tech session, or the Viva Technology session, which was held in 16th to 19th of June in Paris 2021. And guys, you can remember that this Viva Technology is the largest digital and the startup event in the whole Europe. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji was invited as a guest of honor to this event, and it is jointly organized by some public groups like advertising and marketing companies and some French media group. And this event also brings together the stakeholders in technology innovation and the startup ecosystem, which was started in 2016. This event was basically started in 2016. And Prime Minister Modi ji specially highlighted the emerging cooperation between India and France in the areas like technology, and the digital, and especially two public digital educational programs, which is known as SBI, stands for Study Webs for Active Learning for the Young Aspiring Minds, and second is the Diksha, which stands for Digital Infrastructure for Knowledge Sharing, were operationalized to help the students. And it is basically to increase the technology efforts in the education sector. And India's biometric digital identity system Aadhaar has also helped in providing financial support to poor during pandemic. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji also highlighted the role of technology in managing COVID-19 in India, because India started so many initiatives during COVID-19 like Arogya Setu, an indigenous IT platform which enabled contact the tracking of COVID-19 patients. And second is the CoWIN, which is currently going on, and this platform ensured vaccines to millions in India, because you can book the vaccine, you can book the venue on the CoWIN application or the CoWIN web portal. So these are the things which we are basically increasing the technology in different arena, and the most important thing, we are using the technology in the health sector also. So remember, this is the Viva Tech platform or the Viva Technology platform, and it is hosted by France. But guys, you can also remember the option United Kingdom, very important in this year, because United Kingdom is currently the host of G7 and also the United Nations Conference on Climate Change, which will be also known as COP26, and it will be hosted by exact places Glasgow, Scotland. Next is Italy. Italy is currently holding the presidentship of G20. Brunei, ASEAN presidentship lies with Brunei. So you can remember all these things. And guys, World Economic Forum 2021 is hosted by Singapore. You can remember this. This is again very, very important. And BRICS chairmanship lies with India. So these are all 2021 main events. Now we can moving to next question. Which bank has started into a MOU or partner with the National Small Industries Corporation Limited to support MSMEs? So two things are very important under this question. One is the name of the bank. Second is this organization, National Small Industries Corporation, and both the organization will help micro, small and medium enterprises with the credit requirements. So this bank is, guys, Union Bank of India. You can see here, Union Bank of India inks MOU with the NSIC to support MSMEs with the credit requirements. So the NIC, you can see here, NSIC Bank Credit Facilitation Scheme. This is basically launched by National Small Industries Corporation, and under this scheme, NSIC is entering into the MOU with various nationalized and the private sector banks like Union Bank of India, and arrange credit supports from the banks to meet the credit requirement of the MSME units. And NASIC or NSIC branch offices that are also operating as the finance facilitation center will support the MSME to obtain their loan requirements from the Union Bank of India. It means all the loans are basically provided by the Union Bank of India. It means the finance will be provided by Union Bank of India, but it will be provided through the branch offices of the National Small Industries Corporation centers, which are known as the Finance Facilitation Center. And guys, it provides an option for the MSMEs to apply for a new bank or switch over to a different bank. These are the services which are provided under this scheme. Like if you want to just change your bank, or if you want to just apply for the first time to a new bank, then this under this scheme, this National Small Industries Corporation Limited will help you. And no fees will be charged for the MSMEs unit for applying for a loan under this scheme. It provides an option for MSMEs to apply for a new bank. It also facilitates credit to the MSMEs through various public and private sector banks, help the MSME in completing documentation, help the MSME to get the liberal rate of interest from the banks under the performance and the credit rating agency scheme of the Ministry of MSME. So these are all things which are provided under this credit facilitation scheme. But you have to remember, this scheme is basically provided by the National Small Industries Corporation with the help of the private sector banks and the nationalized banks. So the two organizations are very important here, Union Bank of India and National Small Industries Corporation. So first of all, you have to remember about Union Bank of India. It was established in 1919 after World War I, and headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and its MD and CEO is Rajkiran Rai. So very less news in 2021 are related to Union Bank of India, but 2 or 3 news are there, so you can cover just very simply. So Rajkiran Rai. And you can also remember about this National Small Industries Corporation. Its headquarters is in New Delhi, and chairman and managing director is Vijender Singh. Or you can just remember the name of Vijender. Now we can move to the next question. Which institute hosted the 3-day long conference on the BRICS network universities? So one thing is very important under this question, that this meeting is related to the network of universities and it is basically a group of BRICS. So that's why this BRICS chairmanship of 2021 lies with India. So one Indian institution hosted this 3-day long conference of the network universities related to BRICS, and this is, guys, IIT Bombay. So answer of this question is C. So IIT Bombay virtually hosts this 3-day long conference of the BRICS network universities, and you can see here IIT Bombay host conference on the BRICS network universities. You have to remember this. This is important question. And what is the theme of this network universities BRICS organization? This is electric mobility. So the theme is related to the transportation, or you can say the road transport and highways. So that's why the Union Minister Nitin Gadkari also addressed the session of this IIT Bombay. And guys, all the 5 BRICS countries will discuss on various aspects of the electric mobility, or you can say the e-mobility. And you can also remember the electric mobilities like traffic management, hydrogen technology, hybrid vehicles, lithium-ion batteries to boost the electric vehicle uses. This is the e-mobility. And under the FAME scheme, we already covered the faster adoption and manufacturing of electric vehicles. This is the full form of FAME. India target to achieve 30% of the e-vehicles by the 2030. It means all the vehicles which are basically running by the end of 2030, out of them 30% should be the e-vehicles. And Nitin Gadkari addressed this session, which is related to the IIT Bombay. And the conference comes at the backdrop of the upcoming meeting of the BRICS education ministers on the 6th July, which will be attended on the Indian side by the education minister, that is Ramesh Pokhriyal ji. And you can also remember about BRICS chairmanship lies with the India. 2021 chairmanship lies with the India, and first BRICS summit took place in 2009 in Russia. And you can also remember 5 countries are member: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa added later on. So that's why it becomes the BRICS. And there is one bank which is related to BRICS. This is known as BRICS Bank or New Development Bank. It is also known as BRICS Development Bank, and it is headquartered at Shanghai, China. So all things are very, very important. You can remember these things. Now we can move to next question. What is the name of European Union naval force who participated in the joint naval exercise with Indian Navy? So this time we are not asking any type of the exercise name. We are talking European Union naval force. What is the name of this European Union naval force who participated in the joint naval exercise with the Indian Navy? So guys, remember, name of this European Union naval force ship is EU NAVFOR. Remember, EU NAVFOR. EU stands for European Union. Naval Force stands for NAVFOR. It stands for Naval Force. And you can see here, Maiden Indian Navy European Union Naval Force EU NAVFOR exercise in the Gulf of Aden. This exercise basically happened in Gulf of Aden from 18th and 19th of June 2021. And from the Indian side, Indian naval ship Trikhand participated in the exercise, and the exercise aims to enhance, you can say, the war fighting skills to promote peace, security, and stability in the maritime domain. And this exercise is focused on high tempo naval operations at sea, advanced air defense, and anti-submarine exercises, textile, or you can say the tactical maneuvers, search and rescue, and other maritime security operations. Indian Navy and EU NAVFOR maintain regular interactions through SHADE. SHADE stands for Shared Awareness and Deconfliction meetings held annually at Bahrain. You don't have to remember this kind of information, but you have to remember this exercise is basically to promote the war fighting skills, especially the peace, security, and stability in the maritime domain. So this is important. And recently, India and US also conducted a 2-day passage exercise in the Bay of Bengal. You can also remember. But these exercises in the options are very, very important. Like you can see here, one exercise name is Sea Vigil 21. Sea Vigil 21 was exercise in between Indian Navy, Customs, Coast Guards, and the other maritime agencies. So it is an exercise of the Indian Navy. Basically, it is the exercise of Indian Navy or the naval units. Next is M.IMP and this is again the exercise of Indian Army, Indian Navy, and the Indian Air Force. It means all the units of defense system, and this exercise happened in Andaman and Nicobar Island group. Next is Tropex 21. Again, this is the exercise of Indian Navy, Indian Army, Indian Coast Guard, and Indian Air Force. So all the 4 units of the defense sectors like Navy, Coast Guard, Army, and the Air Force, and it happened in Indian Ocean. So guys, remember, all the exercises are not basically with any country. These are exercises between the Indian Navy and the Indian Air Force and the you can say Indian Army. So you have to remember all the three exercises. Moving to next question. What was the theme of International Day of Yoga? So the most important question, even we are covering another very important question, but you have to remember this question in the most important section. Theme of International Day of Yoga. Answer of this question is Yoga for Well-being. Answer is C. You can see here 2021 International Yoga Day. So why this day is basically celebrated? This day is celebrated, you can say, to promote the benefits of participating and practicing yoga worldwide. And the first International Yoga Day was celebrated on the 21st June 2015. And the United Nations General Assembly declared 21st June as the International Yoga Day in 2014 by resolution of almost 131 members. And the proposal was established, an International Yoga Day was proposed by the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi during the United Nations General Assembly session. So in the 2021, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched M-Yoga application in collaboration with the World Health Organization. So it will show videos on the yoga training based on a common protocol in different languages for people across the world. And Union Health Minister and the Family Welfare Minister Dr. Harshvardhan ji also addressed the inaugural ceremony of World Yoga Conference 2021. And the central message for observing Yoga Day in 2021 is be with yoga, be at home. Be with yoga and be at home. For the first time, India Post issued a special pictorial cancellation step to mark the 7th International Day of Yoga. So all delivery and the non-delivery head post offices will put special cancellation on all mail booked in the Indian post offices on 21st of June 2021. And guys, you can remember, the cancellation step is defined as a postal marking which is used to deface a stamp to prevent its reuse. So remember about World Health Organization, its headquarters is in Geneva, and Director General is Dr. Tedros. So remember these things. These are very important related to International Yoga Day. But other things are again very, very important here. You can see here. The first is be with yoga, be at home. This was the theme of 2020 International Yoga Day. Remember, International Yoga Day of 2020. Next, yoga for health and yoga at home. I already covered this point, that it's the central message for observing Yoga Day in 2021. This is the central message. Next is climate action. This was the theme of 2019 of 5th International Yoga Day. So you can remember these things. These are very, very important. Moving to next question. Which state launched scheme for COVID-19 orphan children, which is known as Ashirbad? Ashirbad stands for blessings. This scheme was basically started by Odisha government on the Father's Day, that is on the 20th of June 2021, to provide monthly financial support to all the orphan children who have lost one or both of their parents during the COVID-19 from April 2020. So Naveen Patnaik ji, the Chief Minister of Odisha, announced Ashirbad scheme for the children orphaned by the COVID-19. And you can also see here, rupees 2,500 per month will be provided to every kid. It means the beneficiary of the scheme are divided into the three categories, like children who have been orphaned, who have to move to the welfare homes for want of their caretaker, and who have lost their earning parent. So the state government plans to provide rupees 2,500 per month for every kid who has been orphaned due to the loss of one or both of the parents. The amount will be transferred to the bank accounts of the guardians or the caretakers of the beneficiary until they attain the age of 18 years. An additional amount of rupees 1,000 will be allotted every month for the children who have to shift to child care institutions in the absence of the caretaker. So this is also till the child attains the 18 years or till adoption. So you can also remember. But this scheme is not applicable for the kids who have been adopted. And guys, a child who have lost one of the parents and continues to live with the remaining parent will also get 1,500 rupees per month in the account of remaining parents or the children concerned till he or she attains the 18 years. If the child is surrendered or placed on the adoption, the financial support will be discontinued because this scheme is not for the adopted children. So the mother of the child will be provided widow pension under the Madhu Babu Pension Yojana of the Odisha government, while the child will also avail benefits like health insurance schemes, better education, and the food security scheme. So all these things covered under this one scheme which is started by the Odisha government. This is known as Ashirbad scheme. And guys, remember about Odisha. Odisha's chief minister is Naveen Patnaik and governor is Ganeshi Lal. Governor is Ganeshi Lal. Two national parks are very important. One is the Simlipal National Park. Simlipal is also one of the Biosphere Reserve of India. And second is Bhitarkanika National Park. So these are two very important. Now moving to next question. Who wrote a book, The Seven Sins of Being a Mother? So very important book. The name is again inspiring. The Seven Sins of Being a Mother. So by the name of the book, you can say that this book is providing you a negative thought. But after reading, we can say that it is negative or positive. But The Seven Sins of Being a Mother is written by Tahira Kashyap Khurana, who is the wife of Ayushman Khurana. So Tahira Kashyap, or you can remember the Tahira Kashyap Khurana. You can see here the exact meaning, the seven sins of being a mother. It is Tahira Kashyap Khurana announced a new book. And you can also see here the picture of Tahira Kashyap Khurana. So Tahira Kashyap Khurana is an Indian author, filmmaker and influencer who has been advocating for the women's empowerment through the various means. And this is her fifth book overall and the second book she penned in the pandemic, because the first book she penned in the pandemic was named as 12 Commandments of Being a Woman. And the writer has also penned books like Cracking the Code, My Journey in Bollywood and Sold Out. So these are the books basically written by this author. So remember this name, this is very important. And apart from the books, she also directed a segment in the Netflix Feels Like Ishq, and also written and directed a short film named Pinni. So you have to just remember the name, that is Tahira Kashyap Khurana. But another authors are again very famous here. You can see here the Romila Thapar, very renowned author. Romila Thapar recently wrote a book which is known as Gazing Eastwards. Gazing Eastwards. So this is the book basically related to the Buddhist monks and the revolutionaries in China in 1957. Vidhu Vinod Chopra, very famous director, he wrote a book Unscripted Conversations of Life and Cinema. Unscripted, you have to just remember this word. Next is J.K. Rowling, again very famous author, The Christmas Pig. So remember The Christmas Pig, you can just remember the name Pig. So you can eliminate the options. Moving to next question. So it is from picture, Punjab Sports and Youth Service Minister Rana Gurmeet Singh Sodhi. You don't have to remember the name of the Sports and Youth Service Minister if you don't belongs to Punjab. Otherwise you have to remember if you belongs to Punjab. Launched a special mobile application which is known as Khedo Punjab or Khedo Punjab. You can see here, it is to make the sports department and all sports persons of the state of Punjab available on the digital platform. And this is the first mobile application launched by the Sports Department of Punjab, and this app is available on both Android and the iOS platform. And Khedo Punjab will available and enable the current sportsmen and the budding players to register online and choose the game of their interest and identify their international, national and the state goals. They can choose the game of their interest and identify their international, national and the state goals. So all things we already covered. And through this digital platform, the players can locate the game-wise coaching centers and wings across the various regions of Punjab. The digital platform will also facilitate financial and administrative control. So remember about Punjab, Chief Minister is Captain Amarinder Singh, capital is Chandigarh, and Governor is VP Singh Badnoor. Now moving to next question. So all the very important questions are covered. Now we are moving to important question. You have to like this video, share this video as maximum as possible, and you have to subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform. And guys, please join our Telegram group. And I am again requesting you all the student, the views are more but likes are less. So that's why if you are watching this video, then you have to definitely press the like button. So here is the question. World Hydrography Day is annually observed across the globe on which day? First of all, you have to remember what is hydrography. Hydrography is a branch of applied science that deals with the measurement and description of the features of oceans, seas, coastal areas, lakes and rivers, and the prediction of their change over time. So World Hydrography Day is annually observed on the 21st of June. You can remember with the International Day of Yoga. So on the same day it is celebrated. And why it is celebrated? It is to highlight the importance of hydrography and its relevance. And the World Hydrography Day annually celebrated the works and contribution of the hydrographers. And you can see here World Hydrography Day, June 21st, 2021. And what is the theme of World Hydrography Day? Theme is 100 years of international cooperation in hydrography. So you have to remember this theme. So 2 or 3 things you have to remember. And there is an organization which is known as International Hydrographic Organization or IHO. This organization headquarters is in Monaco. You can also remember this. So 3 things are very important. What is hydrography? This day is celebrated on 21st of June. Why this day is celebrated on 21st of June? Because this organization, like International Hydrographic Organization, was established in 1921 on the same day, 21st of June. That's why it was basically celebrated on 21st of June. Now here is another day which is known as World Music Day. It is also celebrated on 21st of June. Again, you can remember with the International Yoga Day, that with the help of music we can do yoga better. So that's you can cover both the questions. So World Music Day. So why this day is celebrated? So very simple. The World Music Day is celebrated to honor the magicians and singers across the globe. The day is celebrated to motivate the growing young and the professional musicians. So you can remember this. Now, again next day is World Refugee Day 2021, 20th June. It was celebrated and theme was Together We Heal, Learn and Shine. So you can remember the World Refugee Day. This is important day because this is celebrated to support and protect the refugees across the globe and focus on the inclusion of the refugees in healthcare, education and sports. The theme is very important. Together we heal, learn and shine. There is an organization which is known as United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Its headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. You can remember this. Now we are moving to the one-liner important point. Here is the first point. China launched Shenzhou 12 human space mission with 3 astronauts. We already covered this question in the last week. You can, if you are watching the videos, then you definitely know this, that this is the part of the 11 missions which will be launched by China to prepare, or you can say to construct the International Space Station which belongs to China. So this is the part of this mission. Next, India spent rupees 2,386 crore on oral cancer treatment in 2020. It is the Tata's first of its kind study or the survey. So this study is basically known as the cost of illness analysis of oral cancer. It is conducted by Tata Memorial Center, and according to this study, India almost spent 2,300 crore rupees in 2020 on the oral cancer treatment paid by the insurance schemes, government, private sector, or you can say the spending out of the pocket payments or charitable donation, or the combination of all. So overall, India spent this much of money on the oral cancer treatment. So you have to just remember Tata Memorial Center. Its headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next is chess. India's D. Gukesh wins a Gelfand challenge. So you have to remember the name D. Gukesh. So, world's second youngest grandmaster, D. Gukesh of India, won the $15,000 Gelfand Challenge chess title after winning all the fall rounds and finishing at the top of the table. Along with it, he has also won the wild card for the Elite Champions Chess Tour. And both Indians, Gukesh and you can say Prag Nanda, aggregated 14 points from the 19th round. But you don't have to remember, you have to just remember D. Gukesh recently won the Gelfand Challenge, and Gelfand Challenge related to chess. Next is Stygarctus keralaensis, newly discovered tardigrade species named after Kerala. So you have to just read this name and remember these tardigrades are the small species which are commonly called water bears. They are so tiny that they require high-end microscopes to study them. And the new tardigrade species belong to the genus which is known as Stygarctus. So you can remember, and it is named after Kerala because it was found in Kerala. Next, DPIIT Secretary Guru Prasad Mohapatra passed away. So you have to remember the name of the secretary. One is Guru Prasad Mohapatra, and he belongs to Department of Promotion and Industry and Internal Trade. And he belongs to which state? He belongs to Odisha. But he was a 1986 batch IS officer of Gujarat cadre. Next, SEBI reconstituted its takeover panel, appointed N. Venkataraman as a new member. You don't have to remember the name of the members. So recently N.K. Sodhi was appointed as one of the member, but N.K. Sodhi also appointed as the you can say the chairman of this panel. So this is important. So what is this takeover panel? So takeover panel looks into the application that are seeking exemption from the mandatory open offer that an acquirer needs to make to minority shareholder. So you have to just remember that SEBI reconstituted takeover panel, and who is the chairman of this panel? It is Justice N.K. Sodhi. Justice N.K. Sodhi, who was the former Chief Justice of the High Courts of Karnataka and Kerala. So he is currently the chairman of this panel. And remember about SEBI. SEBI's headquarters is in Mumbai. It was established in 1988, but it's become statutory body in 1992. Who is currently head of this board? The head of this board is Ajay Tyagi. Moving to next question. It is the question of the day, 20th and 21st of June 2021. Question was, what do we call the type of banking carried out by the non-bank financial intermediaries which provide services similar to those of traditional commercial bank? So many students answered this question and maximum of the students are right, and answer of this question is shadow banking. So answer of this question is C. So guys, shadow banking refers to all the non-banking financial intermediaries that provide services similar to those of traditional commercial banks. They generally carry out traditional banking functions but do so outside the traditional system of regulated depository institutions. Shadow banking has grown in importance in the last decade, or you can say was one of the primary factors in the subprime mortgage crisis of 2007-8 and the global recession that followed it. And guys, remember one thing, that there is a difference between the shadow banks and the other banks, because shadow banks cannot create money unlike commercial banks, which by virtue of being depository institutions can do so. Banks are comprehensively and tightly regulated, where the shadow banks lacks regulatory oversight and transparency with respect to the business operations. And commercial banks raise funds through mobilization of the public deposits to a large extent, but shadow banks on the other hand raise funds mostly through the market-based instruments such as the commercial paper, debentures and other such structured credit instruments. So you have to remember what is shadow banking. Now we are moving to the question of the day. Again, we are discussing one type of the banking. What do we call the banking oriented towards mass welfare and financial inclusion of the poor? This type of banking is known what? So you have to answer me only in the comment box. I am waiting your answer. You have to like this video, share this video as maximum as possible and subscribe this channel. Please press this bell button and join our Telegram group from the description box link. And it is my personal promise that if you are watching the videos regularly and if you are reading the current affairs from the PDF, your current affairs section will go strong. And you can subscribe our PDF from our application. Downloading link is given in the description box, and you can subscribe for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the links are given in the description box, and on that minimal price we are providing 10% discount if you use this code. And guys, remember, don't take life so much serious. Life is fun. Always be happy. Thank you guys. Take care and bye bye.